welcome to Marketing Edge on TV, Nigeria's leading initiative in the business of brand management and the management of brand business. It is a 30-minute potpourri of brand news, brand in focus, industry conversation, and everything in the mix aimed at promoting the brand idea. I am Dele Agadumo. You're welcome to the show.
The Nigerian marketing and advertising industry, no doubt, offer a huge potential for prospective investors and professionals with requisite skills and competencies to tap into the market. Marketing Edge on TV is a potpourri of happenings and developments in the integrated marketing and communication space of the Nigerian economy. Watch out for top players, gladiators, and professionals in the competitive business of brand management and management of brand business in Nigeria. From the cerebral and glamorous advertising professionals to the well-groomed marketing whiz-kid dictating and directing brand management business. Watch Marketing Edge on TV, only on TVC News.
Welcome to Brand News. On Friday, September 21, 2018, the Central Bank of Nigeria announced that it had revoked Skybank's operating license and that its assets and liabilities were being taken over by a bridge bank, Polaris Bank. In essence, all customers of Skybank automatically become Polaris customers. While CBN, in consultation with the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation (NDIC), immediately established and licensed Polaris Bank to assume all assets and liabilities of the defunct Skybank. Ecobank Nigeria Limited says it would continue to strongly resist any attempt to use a frivolous 72 billion naira claim to derail it from continuing to pursue the recovery of monies owed and overdue for payment by Honeywell Group. While the bank said, contrary to the picture being painted by Honeywell Group, it is unhindered by the continued attempts to coerce the public into believing that the Honeywell Group has fully paid its overdue debt. And Africa's entertainment and media industry has entered a dynamic new phase, a third wave of convergence. The borders that once separated the entertainment and media, technology and telecommunications industries are blurring in the battle for the attention of the consumer in a world that is rapidly digitizing. And it is predicted that by 2022, total E&M revenue in Nigeria is expected to reach $9.9 billion, up from $3.8 billion in 2017. And the Advertisers Association of Nigeria, ADVAN, has announced the commencement of preparations for the 8th edition of its Awards for Marketing Excellence. The ADVAN Awards recognize commitment and the fostering of professional excellence in advertising and marketing practice in Nigeria by recognizing good works by practitioners and institutions in the country. While this year's event is scheduled to hold on Sunday, 18th November at the Civic Center, Victoria Island. And transportation app Taxify is deepening its relationship with driver partners in Nigeria by offering health benefits to eligible drivers. And according to a recent report, the average cost of healthcare in Nigeria is 35,000 naira for individuals and 125,000 naira for family plans, and undergoing surgery can cost an average Nigerian as high as 650,000 naira. Well, the tech company, which only a few months ago integrated an SOS button on its platform to allow drivers get emergency responses in emergency situations, has said that its FlexiCare cover, which is a tailor-made driver partner health plan, will help provide security for its drivers and serve as a motivation for them to provide better services. And that's it on our brand news for this week on Marketing Edge on TV. Coming up next is Brand in Focus. From 1976, when the first bottle of Maltina rolled off the Kaduna breweries, the product has enjoyed a love relation with Nigerian consumers. In that year alone, it sold close to 150,000 cartons of 24 and 27 cl bottles. Maltina was initially launched in 4 test markets: Kaduna, Zaria, Kano and Jos in the former Northern Steels region. It was introduced with a clear vision to become and remain the nation's leading malt drink brand. For more than 30 years, Maltina has maintained this leading position through a program of aggressive and consumer-led marketing strategies, particularly in the areas of product innovation and advertising. In the mid-80s, as the country's economic situation worsened as a result of the recession and purchasing power dropped, it became necessary to reposition Maltina as a distinctive superior malt drink from the other 10 or so competitors. To this end, a reformulated extra quality Maltina with fruity variants, strawberry and exotic fruits was launched in 1993. This resulted in a change in the branding message from an energy-replacing drink to a drink that cares for you. In 2002, the care concept was deepened even further with new advertising campaigns on the theme Maltina Moments. It was developed to reinforce the brand proposition of care in a variety of ways. Having been communicated on the platforms of vitality and nourishment, it became essential to present Maltina as the caring brand. Hence, the campaign was hinged on moments of care. In 2011, Maltina relaunched with a new and appealing packaging upgrade for the bottle label. Can and Tetra Pak was also complemented with a revised repositioning strategy and new communication hinged on the happiness platform, hence the launch of the Sharing Happiness campaign. The campaign was aimed at positioning Maltina as a brand that inspires sharing happy moments with friends and loved ones. That has been the Maltina brand essence till date. In 2015, Maltina unveiled a new communication which focused on the origin of Maltina, what it is made of, how it is made, and the satisfaction that comes from sharing Maltina with loved ones and friends. It's the Maltina credentials story, which will be told with the Complete Richness campaign. The campaign seeks to take the consumer into the world of the brand and further establish the facts that Maltina offers a complete malt experience filled with rich nutritional and emotional benefits. The Maltina brand is known for exploring creative ideas and avenues to communicate and connect effectively with the consumers, one of which is the popular and highly rated Maltina Dance Hall, a dance TV reality show which provides a platform for sharing happiness, promoting family values and bonding. Introduced in 2007 and in its 9th session, lives of families have been transformed completely through this platform. Since the introduction of Maltina, the bottle label has been changed 4 times, with the last one being in 2011, when a refreshing modern new label, which is a combination of interesting colors, was introduced to create an impactful identity for Maltina. And because of this strong tradition of constant innovation and providing relevant touch of point for consumer engagement, Maltina has remained the market leader in its segment for decades. Maltina is the first and only malt drink endorsed by the Nutrition Society of Nigeria. The launch of Big and Bold 33 cl bottle in 2003, Maltina in can was also introduced in 2003. Sip It Tetra Pak was introduced in 2005. In 2013, Maltina became the first malt drink to be packaged in a PET bottle in Nigeria. In line with its Sharing Happiness payoff, the nation's #1 non-alcoholic malt drink, Maltina, from the stable of Nigerian Breweries PLC, has in recent times created various innovative platforms designed to make lasting impact and advance social causes. One of such platforms is the Maltina Teacher of the Year Award, a reward mechanism for Nigerian teachers. And over the years, the annual event has become the biggest reward platform for Nigerian teachers and also contributes meaningfully to the growth and development of educational sector in Nigeria.
The Nigerian marketing and advertising industry no doubt offer a huge potential for prospective investors and professionals with requisite skills and competencies to tap into the market. Marketing Edge on TV is a potpourri of happenings and developments in the integrated marketing and communication space of the Nigerian economy. Watch out for top players, gladiators, and professionals in the competitive business of brand management and management of brand business in Nigeria. From the cerebral and glamorous advertising professionals to the well-groomed marketing whiz-kid dictating and directing brand management business. Watch Marketing Edge on TV, only on TVC News.
Welcome back. It's still Marketing Edge on TV, Nigeria's #1 and leading marketing initiative in the business of brand management and the management of brand business. And this is our industry conversation segment. Today we shall be discussing fragmentation of the Nigerian media market and challenge of an opportunity for brand owners. Okay, so I have two people with me today. I have to my left, I have Adheke. She is the MD Peacock Media and also Chairperson Technical Committee of the Media Independent Practitioners Association of Nigeria. That's MIPAN. You're welcome to the program.
My pleasure.
And to my right, I have Yinka Adebayo of Media Reach OMD Nigeria, and he is also the Publicity Secretary of MIPAN. You're welcome to the program.
Nice to be here.
Okay, so today we are talking about fragmentation of the Nigerian media market and, of course, the challenge, if it's a challenge or an opportunity for brand owners. But before we start, I think it would be nice for us to try to define what it is. For those who are listening or who are watching for the very first time, who are not a part of the brand or the marketing communication industry, how would you define, what would you define fragmentation to be?
Fragmentation has to do with a lot of media medium that we have that to reach the consumer, and that's what we call media touch point. Like in Nigeria, we have so many TV stations, so many radio stations, so many social media. We have the newspaper, the outdoor sites and everything, and all trying to reach one target consumer who we take as our eyeballs.
Okay. So then how will you assess the Nigeria media market as it is now?
Well, I think for me, the Nigerian media market is still evolving. It's
Okay.
still growing. It's still at a very, very, very young stage. And I say so because I think as of the last count, based on the Media Monitoring Services report and quantitative information, I think our spend on media is actually about 100 billion.
Okay.
And that is basically for ATL. That's for only for above the line advertising. And this is only for the monitored station. There are a whole lot of other spend that go to unmonitored, because not all the areas are covered. Then of course equally to cover that, a large chunk to equally get expended on BTL, below the line activity. So it's still an evolving. So I dare say that the opportunity is immense. It's actually the opportunity is there for us to grow.
Okay, so Ada, what would you say is the idea of a fragmented market?
Okay, if you actually look at in terms of fragmentation we have in media, like in Nigeria, we have about over 165 TV stations, out of which 39 are state TV stations,
Yeah.
about 9 are satellite TV stations, and you talk about national, which is NTA, that is over 90-something stations.
And of course the
these
private.
and when you now go to radio, you can have over 200 and something radio stations. And when you break it down by private, by state, by national, and the whatever, and you go through this way, and over 200 and something outdoor hoardings that you see, and this is still the same consumer you're trying to reach. And when you now go to onto social network and the newspapers, so this now tend to make it that the ever busy consumer who is busy at every point in time, cluttered with so many things, for you to be able to use the best medium and the best time to reach that person. You have to have a better understanding of this target audience and know how they consume media. so that you can be able to plug into the best media mix that can reach this consumer. Because of the high fragmentation, they cannot consume all the media at the same time. So the eyeballs that you have as a primary target audience, you have to be able to filter down using the diaries and the data we have to be able to measure your effectiveness in media planning.
So to what extent would you say the Nigerian media market is fragmented?
It's highly fragmented market. It's not like when you go to South Africa where you have only 4 TV stations. It's so easy for you to do media planning. Sometimes they wonder how we cope, how do we survive in Nigeria with this kind of clutter. And when they look at our population, they thought we are working on ourselves and everything. So, but we have been able to get some data to help us guide and remove individual bias and get to have a better understanding of these consumers. And that's helped us to plug in at the best mood of receptivity of the consumers. So it comes to narrow down, getting to be everything to everybody, but being something that something was said and you can say back to you what the brand, which is what we are talking about, effective reach.
Okay. So Yinka, what would you say is the cause of the media market fragmentation?
Well, it's expected now. Whether now or later, it does must happen. Because we are even saying we have 165. We go to other countries, they have much more. But the truth of the matter really is that it's not the number that matters, but being able to segment, to know what each station stands for. And I think that's one area we wish we need to come to here. And we are getting there very soon, where you need to say a particular station, this is what this stands. Because at times, there are days where you wake up, you just say, hey, this morning I just want to watch drama. There must be drama station for you. Today I want to listen to news. There must be a news station for. Today, this morning I feel like watching sport. People should have opportunity of choices, and that's the only thing. People must have alternatives to choose from. So what will now stand the station out is the content. Okay. Because gone are the days when people like watching station. These days people like watching content. And you've seen cases where some people shuttle between 2 channels. Yes. They are watching drama here, they are looking what's the result of the sport here, they're moving, and the power of control is right in their hand. That's the remote control. So it's something we can't run away from. So it just must happen, and thank God it's happening now.
So what would you say, how would you say this has impacted brand management and the management of brand business?
It has really, like we have seen, or we said before, that there has been a decline in spend in Nigeria. So what is now coming to is that you have to now think out of the box of using the limited resources to be able to maximize and get the values that the brand managers are looking for. Do you understand? Brand managers are getting wiser, and now the brand team, we even have on the client side, having procurement department who makes the work 100% more taxing to us as agencies, because you have to now be able to use your little budget and still deliver to the expected what would have been given to you before, to be able to get that value for the client, because client is looking at how creatively can you turn around my little budget and make it very fruitful and productive.
So would you say that the fragmentation of the media industry, of the media market, is it a challenge? Or would you say it is an opportunity?
It's both ways. It's a challenge that have actually made us to sit up and know that it cannot be business as usual. And the opportunities are huge in that, making us to know that we have to improve on what we have in terms of audience measurement, so that we can put the money where the consumers are, and the right time and the right day.
So how do you think brand owners can navigate the waters of fragmentation?
I think for the brand owner, it's just for them to rely on professionals who are guided by data. Data to know what people are watching, when they are watching, how they are watching, even with the proof that they are really watching. And that's where data becomes key. Because data is the only way that can show you how to navigate. But of course, because the game we play in the marketing world is a game of numbers. And like they always say in life, what you cannot count, you cannot manage. The moment you can count it, it becomes very easy for you to manage.
Okay. So are there opportunities right now in a fragmented media market? Are there profitable opportunities?
Of course, like I said earlier, the opportunities, there are so many opportunities, just depends on how prepared are we to take advantage of, because what it does is that it now calls for specialization. Like in a situation where an independent producer will go all out, in order to brief his content, he goes around the country searching for content, brings it together. Will now equally be the person to go and market it? No, people should specialize. If you're a producer, focus on production. Once you are through with your content, give it to those who have platform and be in a position to market. If you're a scriptwriter, just focus on script writing. People should now begin to specialize so that they can develop their competencies in the area where they have that strength. And once you know it, you are well paid for it, you are remunerated, it's possible for somebody to say, and it's very easy, because if you're a producer, you come up with the content and I put it on my station, and after 1 month, and after 3 months, I'm able to see the rating. It's rating well. I don't need to be told I need to commission it to go and do the next edition. You have some programs that have been running for years.
Yes.
But after 1 quarter, if I know that it's not delivering anybody, what do? You pull it out. But the most important is that people need to specialize so that you focus on your own area. So specialization is going to come in. And we'll be able to make maximum profit in the business.
We have been discussing with Adheke. She is the chairperson technical committee of MIPAN, and of course Yinka Adebayo. He is the publicity secretary of MIPAN. And we have been talking about fragmentation of the Nigerian media market, a challenge or an opportunity to brand owners. Stay with us, we're back. Well, that's our focus, and that is our package for this week on Marketing Edge on TV, Nigeria's leading initiative in the business of brand management and the management of brand business. We have taken a look at brand news, branding focus, and of course, industry conversation. Be sure to join us next week where we'll bring you another package on the program. My name is Dele Agadumo. Enjoy the rest of your week.